Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I want to try with you some brand new products that I have added to my collection. All of this is high-end or luxury, and I just wanted to share with you. Some of them I purchased during the Sephora sale, others through the Ulta sale, and then I have one that I purchased through the actual brand website. But I wanted to try these with you. I've tried everything except for the one thing that I purchased at the Dior website, which is this limited edition bronzer, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. And I didn't want to try it because I didn't want to ruin the design. That is an overspray, the gold. So I felt like if I started swatching it, it wasn't going to look as pretty. So I just wanted to try it with you guys. I love the daisies. The daisies are like a soft material. They're made out of cloth, I guess, or maybe some kind of vinyl. It feels more like a vinyl. And then it has a little ladybug for good luck. So I love this. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. They have two different shades, the pink and then the peachy one. I got the pink one. And they also have a highlighter, but I only purchased the bronzer. I'm going to start with the Laura Mercier. This is a Tinted Blur Balm, and this is a really nice product. I really do like it. It looks beautiful on the skin. It's very blurring. They only have 8 shades, I believe, but they're flexible shades. So I got shade number 2, which is supposed to be, it's the second shade. The first one is more for like fair and light, like the lightest spectrum of light. And then number 2 is supposed to be, for example, like a light or light medium. So I thought this one is the one that would work for me the best. Now I've tried this several times and I do like it. My face is already prepped. I already put some my skincare, SPF, all of that. I did not put a primer on because this is like a tinted balm, but it's got some skincare in it. So I feel like I didn't really need a primer with it. Now, as pretty as this is, you do have to build it up quite a bit in order to get the kind of coverage that I like, in order for it to cover some of my hyperpigmentation. If you don't have anything to cover, this would be an absolutely beautiful product on you. It does bring very little product. It only brings 17.17 ounces or just under 5 mLs. So this is a product that I am going to be panning very, very quickly. Probably one of the few products that I will pan. I'll give more details in my monthly favorites, which I talk a little more about this product. Right now, I just want to show you what it looks like. And just warning you that if this is something that you're interested in, please make sure that you check and make sure that you're willing to pay this price for as little product as it brings. How I have enjoyed using it the most is using my concealer first, kind of dabbing over my hyperpigmentation with a concealer, and then putting this on top. Then I don't need to use as much product. So that works better for me. But today I wanted to use it without the concealer underneath so that you can actually see what it looks like. Like, my forehead doesn't really have anything to cover, so I don't have to go over it over and over again to cover anything. But I just feel like in order for me to cover even a little bit, because I don't mind some of my skin showing through, but I do like to hide a little bit of my hyperpigmentation if I possibly can. So this is what it looks like. I'm not going to build it anymore because I think it's ridiculous. But I feel like it is blurring when it comes to the pores. I think it looks really, really nice. The concealer I'm going to use today is going to be the Chanel. I'm going to use a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury corrector. And this is in the shade 2 medium. And just a tiny bit. The mirror is too small. Just a tiny bit, like right here. Because my panda eyes are not playing today. Well, they never are. They're always very, very visible, my dark circles. I'm just going to use it like right here. I really don't need it over here on this side. The concealer covers that. So just a little bit. I do like this corrector, but there's a lot of nice correctors that are a lot more affordable. I just wanted to show you guys some of these products because I'm excited to have them and I have been enjoying using them. I need a little more right here. This is like darkness from my under eyes, and I also have like a dark spot there, so it's like a double whammy right there. All right, then I'm going to use the concealer. This is again the one from Chanel, and I do need to use this. I purchased it when it was released, but this only has a 6-month shelf life, so I need to use it because this is pricey. So I'm gonna let it sit there for a second, and in the meantime, I feel like this is, like I said, it's like it turns into a powder. It does take a few minutes for it to settle in, the foundation. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of the concealer on my brow bone, and I'm going to mix that in because I'm going to use a cream eyeshadow today. So I'm not going to put it all over because this cream eyeshadow works better if you don't have anything on your eyes. So I didn't put any eye cream or anything today, but I do want to make this part right here a little lighter because I'm not going to be taking my eyeshadow all the way to my brow bone. This concealer is very nice. I feel like it has pretty nice coverage. It's a thin consistency, which I like. I would say it gives you like a good medium coverage. It's not full coverage, but it's enough for me. Sometimes when you go full coverage, you know, the concealer tends to be a little thicker. Now, I do love my Estee Lauder Double Wear. I think that's a really good one. That one is pretty much full coverage, and I don't feel like I have to powder this one, unless you're the type of person that likes to powder under your eyes. But if I don't have to, I won't. Now, if I notice that in a little bit that I see a little bit of creasing, then I will smooth that out and add a little bit of powder. But if I remember correctly, this one doesn't have to be powdered. I'm going to add, just for my taste, a little bit on my cheeks. But as you can see, the balm did a pretty good job of even covering my spot that I have there, like that I have right here. It covered it pretty nicely. I just want a little more on my cheek, but I have to do this with a lot of foundations that are, you know, a lighter coverage. So I really do enjoy this Laura Mercier, and it's something that I would love to repurchase. I just don't know if it's worth my money. I feel like I really don't want to spend that much money for something that is, you know, that pricey. Let me move you up a little. I feel like they should have charged like at least maybe $10 less or given us a little more. They should have given us like at least half an ounce of product. That's just my opinion. So for bronzer, we're going to use this one right here. I'm going to use a little bit of powder on my cheek just because it's a powder bronzer, and even though this turns into powder, I did put some concealer over it, and I just want to make sure that the powder doesn't stick to my skin. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of the Mario Ethereal powder. I love this powder, and I'm just going to just put it on my cheek. This is such a beautiful light blurring powder. It's gorgeous. But if I'm using like a cream product with this balm, I really don't powder at all because I don't feel like I have to. Again, this is what the pink bronzer is from Dior, and you can see that the overspray is already gone. I hate when they do that. I know they do it to make it look nicer and prettier. And another reason I wanted to try this as soon as possible, because I've heard some good reviews on this and some not so good reviews saying that it's not their regular formula, that it's the same limited edition formula that they've released in the past. But I don't have any of the Dior limited edition bronzers, so I didn't mind, but I just want to make sure that it's something I like. It actually has like a little bit of pink in it that I like, because I feel like this is a product that if I wanted to, if I'm in a hurry, I can just wear this and I don't need a blush with it. And sometimes when you're in a hurry, that's just what you want to do. You just want to throw something on and leave the house, and you don't want to be messing with each and every step. Usually what I skip is a bronzer and just put on a blush. I think this is pretty. I think it looks pretty. I definitely can see the rosiness in it. I don't feel like it's warm. I don't feel like it's orangey. But on my end, I can see like a little bit of pink or rosiness in it. But as you can see, the gold overspray is gone. But I think it's beautiful. This is so gorgeous. And it's one of those products that you almost hate to, use. But hey, it's too expensive not to use it. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to use one of the Laura Mercier ones. And this one I actually got it at Ulta when they had the 20% off. This is so pretty. And I have two other ones, this kind that has the matte, and this one has like a little bit of a glow, but it is not shimmery or anything like that. It just makes it look beautiful on the skin, and I like to mix them both. This is in the shade Passion Fruit, and I'm going to use this REPHR Beauty blush brush, and I'm just going to dip into the blush on both sides. And it's not powdery. It's just very, very beautiful. It's a very pretty muted light pink. I don't have a lot of blushes this shade, so I enjoy having something like this. I'm going to use a little bit of setting spray, and this is the one from Laura Mercier. This is a translucent hydrating ultra blur setting spray. I love the spray on this. It's like an aerosol, so it's very, very nice and not aggressive at all. It just feels really, really pretty on the skin. And I'm just going to go over to push it in. The one from Dior I also enjoy very much, but that spray is a little aggressive. I'm surprised that Dior didn't do a little better with the sprayer. It doesn't give you droplets, but it is aggressive. Dior recently released some eyeshadow pencils, or they're called the Dior Show Flash Stick, and I got mine in the shade 658 Beige Mizza, M-I-T-Z-A-H. They're made in Italy. This is what the color looks like. So pretty. I've worn this several times as a one and done eyeshadow look, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So this is what we're going to do today. It is very creamy. It is not a thick formula. It feels very thin when you're putting it on. And basically what I do is I just go over the edge. Just to blend that in. But they're super easy. They don't have a lot of shades, maybe 5 or 6. This one is the one that I like the most. Thought it was so pretty. For a one and done look, you can't beat it. Once it sets, it doesn't go anywhere. My concealer is creasing a little bit right there. But as you can see, it's very subtle, but very pretty. There's no glitter. It's just like a subtle shimmer, almost like a satin shimmer. I think it's beautiful. I think this shade is very pretty. So that's it. That's it for the eye look. I think this is so pretty. I really do enjoy it. I love simple eye looks. I don't always feel like picking up an eyeshadow palette and creating a 5-shade eye look. That's just something that I'm not always up for. So for mascara, I've been loving this mascara from Too Faced. This is a ribbon wrapped lash. It is a tubey mascara, but it gives you such amazing lashes. And I think this is my favorite tubey mascara. I have tried many, but I think this is it. This is my favorite. So beautiful. I'm going to show you what it looks like after just one coat. It's really, really pretty. Does a great job of giving you length, volume. It doesn't get, you know, like goopy or spidery or anything like that. It is easy to remove at the end of the day. No smudging, of course. No flaking. It is just gorgeous. It's so pretty. And I don't feel like this one is one that dries really quickly. A lot of tubing mascaras, when you do it, you almost have to finish one eye first with all your coats before you do the next coat because it dries very, very quickly. I feel like this one gives you time. It doesn't dry that fast, but it's so pretty. Look at that. Okay, so let me do the other eye and I'll be right back. All right, so this is for 2 coats on both eyes and then 1 coat on my lower lash line. I don't like to do a lot of mascara on my lower lash line. I think it makes it look too heavy of a look. So I want to put a little more blush. I feel like I can use a little more. So it's going to be the same shade that I used before. And again, the same brush. And I'm just going to, I just go like this because it's really, you don't need to swirl in there. It's easy to pick up with a brush. And yeah, I just think that's, I could use a little more pinkiness on my cheek. I think that's beautiful. So, so pretty. And like you can see that it's really not a lot of glow there. It's just, it just looks very pretty on the skin. It doesn't look flat matte, but it looks just nice and smooth on the skin. I think that's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to take, and this is not new, I'm going to take my Dior. This is the Dior Forever Nude Matte Filter Powder. I'm going to grab my powder brush and I'm going to grab, you can see the design is gone, so I use it quite a bit. I'm just going to go over the area where I have pores. I really don't care for this powder under my eyes, but I think that on the skin, on my face, I really do enjoy it. I think it does a great job blurring the pores. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It doesn't look heavy on the skin. It's just like a little veil that you're putting on. It's really, really a beautiful powder. Okay, for lipsticks, I'm going to use, this is new from YSL. And they released, this is one of those blurring lipsticks. This one is in the shade 8. And then I have a lip liner. This is called the Kiss Shaper. And it's in the shade 108. So let's do the lip liner first. This is very long lasting lip liner. I've tried the lip liner. I have not tried the lipstick. I bit the inside of my lip and it is so sore. And it's one of those things you bite yourself and then you continue to bite yourself in the same spot. So it takes forever for it to heal. So let me swatch the lipstick and the lip liner so you can see what it looks like. It's kind of like a rosy nude. It has like a little bit of brown in it. It's very pretty. You guys notice I've been wearing lighter lipsticks lately? It's very pretty. I like that color. Except for this and the bronzer, this is the one product that I have not worn before, so I don't know how long wearing it is. I will let you know in the comments. I will pin a comment letting you know how long wearing it is. I feel like I have like a dark spot like right there. I'm putting a little bit of concealer. Let's see if I can fix it. This is just the bronzer brush, but I don't have any other product on it. Just want to make sure that I don't have like a line right there. All right, so this is my completed look. I think it's pretty. It didn't take me that long to do. It makes such a big difference when you're not doing a complete eye look, when you're just doing a one and done. But look how pretty that eyeshadow is. I think that is so, so pretty. It is very soft, very subtle, but again, you know, it looks put together. I mean, you can go with a bronzer. If you wanted to, you can go with a bronzer. Let's do it now real quick. And you can pick up a little bit of the bronzer and just go around the crease. That only takes a second to do. But I don't really think you even need it with this eyeshadow because it's not like super glittery or glowy. It's just a beautiful like satin, very pretty. But I mean, if you wanted to do this, you could. If you wanted to take like the extra second to do that, have a little bit of mascara right there. All right, off. But I think it's just gorgeous. I think it's so pretty. I really do enjoy that. I like the lipstick. I think I would probably enjoy the lipstick with a little darker lip liner, but I think it looks nice. But if you don't want that matte blurred look, you can put a little bit of a lip gloss over it and it will look beautiful also. But I actually like it. I like the color because it's not super dark. It's not orangey either. It looks a little more orangey, I think, on camera than it really does in real life. In real life, it looks kind of like a light brown with a little bit of pink in it. It's very pretty. I really do enjoy that. I think it looks more true to this color in real life than on my lips on the camera. It looks a little more orangey, but nevertheless, I like it. So I like the bronzer, so I'm going to keep it. I just wanted to try it on to make sure it's something that I loved and that I wanted to keep. Otherwise, it was going back because I'm not keeping something that I don't absolutely love. So thank you so, so much for spending some time with me. Let me know if you tried any of these products or any of them on your radar. I love all of them. Again, this is a beautiful product. I really do enjoy it. I'm not sorry I have it. I'm just not sure I will repurchase it because of the price point per ounce. All right, you guys, I love you, and I will see you on my next video. Have an amazing day, night, weekend, whenever it is you're watching this, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.